I'm reminded that this microphone is not tall enough. That works. Technology wonderful. Well, I'm reminded of the remarks of the great IWW assault boxer, Frank Cedarwall, who often began his orations with these words: "These are sad and terrible times." And I've been thinking, it's about time. I've been lobbying actually for a few years that the government be included in the selection of candidates for these awards. As years tick by, they behave more and more and more like corporations. And we witness now the dispossession of the middle class, the assault on the Commonwealth, the lowering of the level of decency, the discourse, for what passes for discourse in the public moment. It's almost beyond comprehension. I made a switch shortly ago. Art had asked me to read a poem, The Song of the Wage Slave by Robert Service, who began his career here in Victoria as a bank teller for the Bank of Commerce before he went to the Yukon. But I didn't think it ended well. The working class didn't win. And so I decided to read this one instead. It made it into the program, but not into my enfeebled brain. But I chose this on purpose, and in particular. It's called The People Are a River. And this poem is inscribed in the rotunda of the Capitol building, the state Capitol building in Madison, Wisconsin. And the irony is not lost on me that that is indeed the leading edge down in the States of where the recall is underway to recall that sitting politician. The people are a river. You can never kill the people, for there always will be more, like the water in the ocean, like the sand upon the shore. You can twist a flowing river, you can choke it with debris, but a river, if it's flowing, it'll always find the sea. You can quench a million fires, but we bear an inner light, like the fireflies that blossom in the darkness of the night. You can throw us back to savagery, but when your work is done, our wrath will cut a clearing from the jungle to the sun. The wheels that make the world go round are guided by our hand. There will always be the people. There will always be the land. Above the crush of falling steel, of bombs and anguished cries, you can hear our pounding rivet guns build girders to the skies. You can see us by the rivers, loading cotton onto scows. You can hear us at the bellows, forging iron into plows. Though our cities be a shambles, and our dead laid out in rows, we'll be standing at the throttle when the morning whistle blows. We'll be oiling up the engines. We'll be watching on the ships. The rhythm of tomorrow's song is waiting on our lips. Though our silos may be blazing and our forests seared and torn, we'll be singing down the prairies when the silk is on the corn. We'll be haying in the meadows. We'll be gathering the wheat. You can never kill the people, though you crush them in the sod. But the human heart is mortal, and the truth in it is God. Written by Irene Paull. I'm also reminded of one of my favorite characters in Western history, Black Bart. not the pirate character from Caribbean dramas, but the stagecoach robber, who only robbed the Wells Fargo Stage Company. He had been aggrieved by the company. They had lost some of his bullion from prospecting in Idaho and Montana, and he devoted the rest of his career to robbing their stagecoaches. He robbed 28 of them. Never took a penny from a passenger, never said a sharp word, never swore, very gentleman in his demeanor. And what distinguished him from the rest was that he would leave poems in the strong box after he'd emptied them. And my favorite of those is this, from Black Bart. I've labored long and hard for bread, for honor and for riches. But on my corns too long you tread, you fine-haired sons of bitches. Now, as I look ahead, just barely above the horizon line here, I'll be turning 65 in a matter of days. And I think that I can now sing this song with a greater veracity than perhaps ever before. It's called The Good Lad. I have been a good lad, full of peace and quiet. I will have an old age, full of rum and riot. I've been a good lad, careful and artistic. Now I will have an old age, coarse and anarchistic. I followed every rule. Banker, boss, and bureaucrat thought me a willing tool. I voted Social Democrat. I gave the church its due. Now all those swine will have to find some other chump to screw. Of interest, banks, and credit, insurance, tax, and rent. Agents, lawyers, generals, and clerics, I repent. With this for corporations and scorn for those elected, oh, I will be an old